Which brings me to, what's your favourite Irish film? Or favourite Irish director? Can you think of any highlights? Shane.
Me, I have to say I did enjoy Intermission. I thought it was hilarious. Like it was kind
I've never
of.
seen it.
It's the updated version kind of The Commitments. I think without the music, you know, it was just inner city Dublin kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like the opening sequence is him talking to a girl flirting with her across the counter.
Murphy or Farrell?
Farrell. And
Oh yeah, I saw that clip. That's
That's
vicious.
Sequence,
Yeah, that's
grabs
vicious.
your attention, by God.
Yeah.
It just really sets the tone straight away for the entire film. It's just like, right, this isn't just. It's not like a nice Irish film, as in everything's all going to end up in, you know, what is it? Every story is like.
Colin Farrell's not going to escape the mystical coach in the Banshee.
Yeah, exactly, and.
Had an excellent bus crash.
Yeah, your guy actually won a.
Oh, I have to see this. You got to building this up for me.
It's really good. It's an impressive thing. It was something that was never done in any other film. It's that they had a scene where a kid throws a rock at a bus.
A double decker.
A double decker, and they flip the double decker. It like goes up onto the curb and lobs over.
Wow.
The driver actually won an award for it.
Yeah.
And
Oh, very good, very good. So, Niall, any
Favorite Irish film? The Butcher Boy.
Butcher Boy.
I love that film.
Is that Neil Jordan?
Yes, Neil Jordan.
That's weird because I hate him, but I do like that movie.
He's
I like Interview with the Vampire as well.
Yeah, it was
But there's just a lot of stuff of his that I want to throw stuff at him. High Spirits.
Is that the one? I can't remember now. Is that the one where the pub blows up and one of the kids grabs the finger out of it as a memento? It's in Northern Ireland.
No.
No.
It's very Dublin, isn't it? It's Dublin. Butcher Boy.
I can't
Oh
remember.
no, Butcher Boy's Plymouth.
Oh, is it?
Bonus.
Yeah, Stephen Ray does a hell of a Monaghan accent.
Oh, well, he's Northern anyway, so
Yeah.
it'd be easier for him than say someone from Cork.
Probably so. It's
But he
just
does good Dublin accents as well. He can kind of go all over
He
the
does a
place.
lot of good accents. Yeah, but
I love
it's
Stephen Ray.
it's unbelievable.
He's by far my favourite part of the Neil Jordan catalogue.
Yeah.
Stephen Ray. I love Stephen Ray so much.
And yet he was never used in the Borgias.
Has he not been in it?
No.
And is it finished now?
He
He might still pop up.
I think the third season is its last season. I'm not entirely sure.
Martin?
I went down.
I went down, and I'm so glad you brought it up because I want to talk very briefly about Conor McPherson.
The reason I like it so much is that it's, as you were saying earlier about how Ireland has a problem, Irish actors have a problem with improv, that they're so stuck with written material. That's what's really good, is that it's just at the start off with a really great script, really witty, you know, so that's your automatic leg up, and then you've got two actors who, like I was saying earlier, normally it'd be a problem that Irish actors, they want to turn and wink to the camera, but the script has that charm to it. Is that
well, it's very Irish.
Yeah.
Although it's an American gangster style, the way it's shot and the way it's presented, but everything, the content is all really Irish.
Yeah, and it's the fact that the dialogue, you know, it really suits that sort of almost wink at the camera charm. You know, it
Paddy
really,
Brannock, wouldn't it?
yeah. Like that and his other one, Shrooms, I thought was very good.
I've never seen Shrooms.
Shrooms is good.
Another Irish horror movie.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I remember Iris was good, his first big one with Brendan Coyle,
Mm.
who I always thought was Irish, but he's actually English. He just does excellent Irish accents. Played Michael Collins in Rebel Heart. He was the best part of Past the Freedom as well. And then when they went and did the same characters from Past the Freedom in a movie called Spin the Bottle, he wasn't there, and it was very clear that he wasn't there because he was the best part. Conor McPherson wrote I Went Down, and it's kind of a departure of his stuff. It's kind of light compared to most of his usual stuff.
Yeah.
And about 2-3 years after that, he made his directorial debut with a lot of the same cast. He got Brendan Gleeson and Peter McDonald coming back in a movie called Saltwater, which is, I don't think it was a play at first. I think he wrote it as an original screenplay and went and directed it. And it is kind of my favourite Irish movie, Saltwater. I absolutely love it. It's just a little comedic drama set in a sort of East Coast. It could be Dublin, could be Wicklow, you know, just that part of the East Coast. And sort of the stakes aren't huge in it. There's a thing involving a sort of a bank robbery, and there's a subplot involving teenage rape, which is pretty serious. But yeah, it is a comedy movie. It's a dark comedy movie in many places, and then for pretty light in other places. And one of my favourite parts of it is an actor called Conor Mullen, who is actually, the first time I saw him, he was one of the space pilots in Space Truckers.
That name's very familiar.
Conor Mullen. He's done a lot of British TV. He was in a brilliant ITV production. Was it Foyle's War?
Yeah.
He was a Nazi in that. I think it was, or maybe it wasn't that. I think it was something about the Nazi occupation of, was it Jersey or Guernsey?
Oh, Jersey.
Or Jersey. and he played one of the Nazis. And he's great, but he plays a university lecturer in this small town in Saltwater, and he's having an affair with one of his students, and also he finds out that his friend has robbed the bank and stuff like that. And he's got a few little subplots, but he has the best hangover scene I've ever seen in a movie. In it, it's first of all, it's very realistic, and this is a combination of McPherson's writing and directing and Mullen's performance. It's like first you feel it. First of all, he gets up and he has the hangover shit. And he's just and he has to go into work. He has to go to this lecture that of this guy that he hates, this famous writer and philosopher that he hates, and he wants to go and ask him a question to put him on the spot, make him look like a dick. But he's sort of fucked up because he drank too much the night before.
Like that scene in Annie Hall.
A lot like that.
The director.
He wants to do something like that.
I love that.
And he's on the way to work and he goes to the petrol station and he gets a carton of Kulana and he's like, I'm just like, oh, we've all been there. That's such, and the fact that it's Kulana, such an Irish brand, you're like, yeah, oh, tell me, brother. And I won't spoil it, but what happens when he gets to the lecture, it's the part where it goes sort of slapstick comedy. It goes a bit broad compared to the rest of the movie, but it's perfectly pitched. It's the best hangover scene in a movie ever. I thoroughly recommend that movie. I absolutely love it. Brilliant cast, brilliantly written. But I also do love, in terms of Irish sort of content providers that I like, there's two guys called Maher and St. Ledger. They made a movie in the early 2000s called Pray Alone. They work a lot with digital stuff, and it was like 2003, 2004, and this thing kind of puts RTE to shame. They did it with very, very limited budget, but just a lot of CGI because they're damn good at it. They made this little short action movie. It's about 10 minutes long, like a car chase. It's set inside a computer game, and they've got F1 jets flying through tunnels, firing stuff at the car and everything. It's really, you think you're watching Die Hard 4 or Dark Knight or something. It's done that well, and you're thinking, this is Irish. This is actually Irish. This is Board Scone and a Heron. But you get annoyed watching it, just thinking, why is this not out there more? Why am I watching fucking Bachelor's Walk? Why don't we see more of this? Why is Zonad getting funding and stuff like this isn't? But they eventually got a feature film made recently. It wasn't a huge hit. People who saw it liked it though.
Yeah, I did like it.
Lockett.
It was
Guy Pearce.
It was the fact that
they
were Irish, weren't they?
That's from the Irish team. No, whether they could be originally from England, I don't know, but they're definitely based in Ireland. Because I can find nothing about them. There's no Wikipedia information on or anything, because they're very low level guys. But they made this movie, and
what
think
did
about
we do
Lockett.
before Wikipedia?
I know.
Yeah, Wikipedia. What the
The
fuck?
libraries, man. The libraries and the scrolling newspaper thing.
Yeah.
Microfilm.
Microfilm.
Even IMDb has nothing on them, you know.
Yeah, it's very little. But I watched Lockett, and at no point did I think this is all blue screen like the way you do with Star Wars movies. Yeah, I found out after the fact that, like Pray Alone, it was all blue screen and green screen.
Yeah.
Like there was hardly any sets built. And that blew me the fuck away. Really, because I did not notice.
Well, you
I
would
thought
have
it was
had,
like
with the scope of the film, the budget they had to tell it,
It looks great. It's kind of, it's pretty low concept in that it's kind of Die Hard meets Escape from New York in outer space.
I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
My immediate reaction was, I don't need to see that.
No, it's very good.
It is.
Well, the reason I saw the trailer, and I had no idea it was from those guys, I just want to see it because Guy Pearce looked very funny in it. And I like anything that's John Carpenter-ish.
Yeah.
I even enjoyed the quite disappointing Doomsday,
Yeah.
just because it was so John Carpenter-ish.
Scottish
The one,
Apocalypse.
It's kind of like
Glasgow, isn't it?
Mad Max in Scotland.
Pretty much.
It's
Or
pretty
Escape
much
from New York, really.
the Scotland gets overtaken by a virus and they rebuild Hadrian's Wall to block the tournaments. Sort of like zombies, and then
They should do that anyway.
yeah,
Game of Thrones.
yeah.
Sorry.
Beep, radars go crazy. Okay.
I like the
So
Scotch.
I like those guys, and actually, in terms of claiming people, I'm going to claim Kenneth Branagh as an Irish director, and he directed Thor,
Yeah.
which I quite enjoyed. Right, so the future can look a bit brighter now. I read something where it's gone from 2000 to 2001, where there was about 1,000 people working in the Irish film industry. By 2010, or 2010, it was 6,000. So we're getting there slowly. It's
Well,
developing.
college courses are teaching actual things.
But unfortunately, a lot of those kids are going abroad to
That's
hawk
not to
their
do with the college, it's
skills.
skills.
Did you ever hear David Mitchell doing this thing about all the criminologists, all the criminology courses that are the criminal pathology courses in the UK?
Was it?
But there's only 6 criminal pathologists
Yeah.
employed in the UK. They're pumping out 30 every year.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of these people will only be looking for semen as a hobby.
I love David Mitchell.
Right, folks. We hope that you've enjoyed our chat about Irish movies. If there's anything you think we've missed, feel free to comment below. Feel free to like and share us. In fact, we need that. We need your love. We need other people's love. Martin's very lonely, I know.
Yes.
And this
So he
was
joined us today.
this is Castle
It's
Celluloid.
not fair.
I'm Kieran saying goodbye. If anyone else wants to say goodbye.
Bye.
Nah, fuck them.
Slán that. Might as well end on a note.
You had to do it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Goodbye from our dead language.